Hello everybody. Today we will be checking out the DatBlock server. In order to play, we are just going to join play.datblock.com. And once you join, you are going to be brought to this beautiful, beautiful lobby. We have combat mode where you can combat people while you're waiting to join whatever game you're looking for. You have your bow where you can shoot people who have their bow, and you can fly up in the air. Also, you can use this to teleport around if you really want to. Let's get up in that tree. There we go. Here on your player head, if you right click this, you can see your friends lists. You can check your friend requests, and you can check your friend settings, and you can sort it. And the last thing in your inventory, besides an arrow for your bow, is this compass. And so when you right click this compass, you can select which game mode you want to play. And if you notice, all of these game modes are on Minecraft version 1.16.4. So it's very up to date. And what we're going to go into today is the survival game mode. And if you notice, I have the name VIP Renethkaz. And if you type in ranks here, you can see there's all these ranks that you get. And if you pay for gold, you can get certain advantages in the game. And one of those advantages as VIP is I get to join the game as soon as I want to without waiting in the lobby. So we're going to just jump into survival. So I have played on here a little bit. Been on here about a week, and it's been pretty awesome. All the people here are super friendly. And let's just say hello to everyone in the chat. And I'll give you a tour of my base. So just so you know, I am sharing a claim or a base with someone, and so we've been able to get a lot of work done in the span of 1 week. His name is Beehider. And let me show you what we've been working on. So originally when we joined, we had an alright house. I mean, it was a starter house. And I thought, if we're going to be playing this quite a bit, why don't we change it up? Why don't we get a nicer house going? And so this is what I came up with. It's a very nice country style house. Got a front porch. It's got a little bit of modern. And yeah, let's go check it out. The interior is not done yet, so I still need to work on that. But nice porch. We're still trying to decide what to do with this doorway, whether we want to leave it open or put in an actual door, but I kind of like how it's open. If we come over here, this is where we're going to sit. And we can eat our cake, drink out of those pots. And this is my first Christmas card that I got. A lot of people make map art on this server, and I really like this one. It's very simple. Come out back, we have a nice porch, and I'll show you this later. A little window from the dinner table. Got some lanterns, nice paintings, got an ender chest. This book on the lectern is what we use for communicating. Just kind of sharing when we'll be on next, what we've worked on, and just like any problems that we've had that we want to sort out together when we're both on the server. This is a nice painting. It's a little too big. I wanted to do something a little bit smaller. Maybe I'll change that later. And then when we come up here, this is kind of the bedroom loft area. And yeah, I really like this vaulted ceiling. I think it goes really well with this house. Gives it a lot of room. And we got our bed set up. Now, you may notice there's one more spot here. I do have a friend who's planning on joining, and so I'll keep you guys updated with that. But this is my bed, this is Bee Hider's bed. Up here, not sure what to put yet. Maybe I'll put some furnaces or some decorations. We're not sure quite yet, but we'll figure that out as we go. Come back downstairs. Maybe let's go to one of the first things I built when I got on the server. Which is, well, let me show you the mine first. So we had a mine, and it actually used to be like right about here, and then we kind of took it out, just because it was, you know, kind of in the way. We wanted to improve it, so I built this mine. A little bit of a design here, some spruce leaves, some spruce logs, dark oak flooring. And if we come down here, there's not much to see quite yet, but I'm thinking about turning this into an actual, like a mine where it looks nice and everything. But, we just got a couple hallways, just mining for diamonds. Probably the second thing I built was this Cactus Farm. It has really no benefits per se, but it's always nice to have just an extra cactus for the dye. I had to use dye for all this glass. And you may notice actually all this glass is very smooth. There's no individual squares, and that's because I'm using Optifine. So if we look up here, we're in Optifine 1.16.4. So we're able to do some special things like have the clear glass, zoom in on certain things. It's just, I really prefer it over the standard Minecraft. Maybe we'll get into some shaders later. I've had some ideas for that, but we'll see. And second thing I built was this pumpkin farm, actually. It's a really simple design, and I think I got this from Waddles on YouTube. It's really lag friendly, so there's going to be no problems with the server, and it's actually really efficient. I've cleared this out actually several times since I've joined, so it's pretty efficient. I'll go grab some blocks so I can show you guys real quick how this is set up. Alright, so when we come around the back here, we can see I put this trapdoor in because sometimes with this server, things kind of just, they lag out a little bit. It's what happens on every server, and so sometimes these pistons will get stuck in a down position. You might see me resetting this a couple episodes in. It's not too often that it happens, but I just have this access so that way I can see where they are. So I can reset pistons, and we can see, we got all the stems. These observers will detect when this stem grows a pumpkin. We just missed one over there actually. And as you can probably hear, we have a minecart running below, a hopper minecart, which will just grab the item so it's not there anymore. And then let's go check out the redstone on top. Just go down here, we'll pull it right. And it's actually really simple. So on top of all the observers, we're going to have a block. I'm just going to take in the power. You saw them fire right there. The block will power the redstone dust, which will power the pistons, and pop the pumpkins out, so that way we can harvest them and collect them with the hopper minecart. Alright, and we're going to go check out the third thing I built. I think this is the fourth thing I built, but same design as the pumpkin farm. Exactly the same redstone. I have to clear this out a little bit more often because each time a melon breaks, it drops a couple melon slices per melon, so we get a lot more items. So we clear that out a little bit more, and I like to give them away to other people on the server. If nobody wants them, then I'll just sell them in the shop, and I'll go over that command later. I just heard a zombie. Where's the zombie at? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Alright, so it's probably the third thing I built on the server. It's a sugarcane farm. It's a pretty popular design, so I'm not sure exactly where I found it. But it works pretty well. I'm thinking about maybe expanding it upwards later if I have a need for sugarcane, but I got plenty here. I just gave some away, about 6 stacks, when I was on earlier today, and so we're trying to get that back right now. I also built this tree farm, which I don't end up using actually. It's kind of funny that I still have it here, but I prefer to buy on the shop, and I'll talk about the shop in a minute. So I might tear this down and build something here. I have ideas for maybe a mob grinder using spawners, which is a thing on this server. But yeah. Also, my friend Beehider, he found these skeleton horses, and so we're gonna keep them. I built these stables for them. Again, we're gonna add a little bit more decoration to these later. Whoops. Oh yeah, also as VIP, you can do this cool thing where if you do /sit. Whoa! And the even cooler one is /lay. Yeah. And we'll do this the last one, /crawl. Just looks weird. You can't move around or anything like this, but it's funny. Oh, this is the storage room. This took several hours. I'm talking maybe like 10 to 12 hours just to get the resources and build it. So why don't we go check that out? It's not automatic or anything. I didn't want to cause any problems with the server, with lag or anything. So I just wanted to make it simple and just, I mean, it works for now. We'll see. But yeah, this is it. I've never really used diorite much, so I wanted to incorporate that into this build, and I think it looks pretty good. As you can see, we have a lot of unfilled chests. We're still kind of figuring out where we're going to put things. Kind of have some stuff doubled up, so maybe we'll dedicate each item their own chest. We got some lights to help light up the floor here. I did this really cool trick. I guess I can show you if I go down here. So when you layer glass like this, it creates this really cool effect where it looks like it's a reflection or smoke or something. And so I really like how this looks. And initially I had stone bricks here and I didn't bring the water down, but I think it looks a lot better with the water. It really makes it look more like a reflection. Oh yeah, this is Beehider's dog. Doesn't have a name yet. I'll get him a name tag at some point. Behind the waterfall, we have all these useful tools. We need to repair that soon. We got a crafting table, smithing bench, what's this called? Stone cutter, anvil, and ender chest, and it's the same on that side as well. Oh, actually, he put in we got a loom over here. It's actually pretty useful. So yeah. Oh yeah, these were given to me. I can't remember by who, but he was going around with this Christmas box and saying, you can exchange items for whatever you want, and we're just kind of passing it around, which I think is really nice. This is our to-do list. We got a couple of things left to do, and I'm leaving some spaces for Beehider to work on, so that way we can improve our base, make it a little more functional, make it look nice, like better. And on here, this is a recently finished project actually. This is our animal farm, which is actually very efficient. So you can see we have mob stacking here to help prevent lag, and they all kind of disappear because they stack. But look, I've only been down here for a couple of seconds, and 16 cows, 13 sheep, 8 pigs, 15 chickens. So under all these carpets actually are spawners. These cost quite a bit. I think the cheapest I was able to get a spawner was for $2,000. So each one is like $2,000, probably like a stack of spawners in here. So you do the math. And I got the staircase mirrored on this side, so that way it's a little symmetrical. And I think I can show you the last thing that I built is this auto farm, which I really like actually. I didn't expect it to turn out this good. I was going more for a farmhouse style, but this is kind of, I really like this. So at night those lights will turn on. When it's not night, then I can have those off, and these lights are always on, and when we farm, those lights will turn on. So why don't we do that? So flip the lever, we got water that comes down, you can see those lights are back on. And all the items will go into the hoppers. Make sure they all went in. Oh, we missed a little bit right here. It's okay. Alright. So why don't we run through a few of the commands that we'll need. And I'll replant these later. So probably the first one that's you want to read when you join the server is /rules. That'll take you to a website where you can read the rules. Pretty much there's no griefing unless approved by a mod. You can't steal, you can't break things, you can't, even if something is claimed, you can't break or build something humongous next to someone's claim without their permission. You know, just general kindness, etiquette. You can read over those when you join. And so also the second one, which I've mentioned a couple times, is /shop. And here we have a bunch of categories. Probably the one I visit most frequently is the spruce. You can see a lot of my base is built out of spruce. But they have pretty much everything here. Another one that I visit quite frequently, not that one, this one, is the anvil. Now you may be thinking, well, isn't that much iron? Do you have an iron farm somewhere? Well, I don't have one here. There's actually a couple places on the server that have a iron profit farm. And I can show you those in a later episode. What's another command? I showed you /sit already, where you're sitting on the ground. Oh, if you do /warps, you can do to the wilderness, to the nether, world warps, or player warps. World warps, why don't I show you those? So you have a bunch of warps here. These are from when the server was first set up. So they're kind of run down, I guess you could say. So we won't be using those a lot. And then player warps are what I use the most. They have a whole bunch of them. Like, let me show you the. So this is PW Farms, a free farm for everyone to join. They had a whole bunch of things: villagers, XP farms, iron farms, enchantments. This is one I really recently started using, is the gunpowder profit shop. You just kind of come in, get your sword, and you wait. You get creepers that stack. I don't want any gunpowder right now, so I'm gonna leave those alone. Oh, one thing I should probably go over. When you first join, you're going to spawn here on this platform. And there's a couple of things you can look at while you're here. In fact, there's somebody here already. You got tiers and ranks. Kind of already went over the ranks. Tiers you get from voting. As you can see, I've got 34 votes because I've only been on for about a week. And when you get to 50 votes, you get tier 1, which gives you certain perks that you can use. And there's all the way up to tier 5. You can upgrade these with real money. Or sorry, not real money, right? Yes, you can upgrade it with the money that you have, so right here. Come out of here, you can open treasures, normal, mythical, and legendary. Over here, you got the golden chest and the obsidian chest, and the help page, which I probably should have gone over first, but basically it has all of the things you'll need to get started. So you have the spawn, which is where we are now. You have the warps, which I showed you before. Player warps I showed you before. The shop, which I've shown you. The auction house. I can show you in a second when we're done here. This is where you spend your gold that you buy with real world money. Here are your skills. So I'm 633, and Mining is my highest, 233. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Where else? Tiers, ranks, general commands. These are good to know. /spawn, /wild, /pw, and then you want to put the name of the player warp after that. /home, /set home, shop, auction, auction start, and gold. And then there's a bunch of other ones here that you can look over when you join the server, including claiming commands, which are really important, and rank commands as well. And then when you join, you should already have these in your inventory, but if you don't, you can just click here and you can see that you got a claim shovel and a claim inspector. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to right click a block you want to claim, and then you're going to right click another block in the opposite corner that you want to claim, and that'll set up your claim. And you can see my number of blocks, 496 right here. That's because I have about 5,000 to 6,000 blocks already claimed back at my home, which I showed you earlier. And then the claim inspector, you can just hit the ground. You can see who has this block. You can check to make sure your claim is already set up. It's pretty handy. All right. Oh, should probably check out the auction house. You'll see some people down in chat will be mentioning this quite a bit. They're selling things on there. So what you're going to do is you can go to /AH. You can see there's a whole bunch of things in here, several pages actually, of things that you can buy. Let's see if there's anything good. That's a good price for another ingot. Some spawners. Oh, somebody got pig step. That's impressive. And some golden axes, pickaxes, more beacons. So it's pretty cool. When you want to sell an item, let me see, do I have something in there right now? Well, let's talk about when you want to buy something. So when you want to buy something, let's say I want to buy, what's something I need? That's 100,000. Dang. Okay, I don't really need anything right now, but if I did, I'd click here. Oh, let's find something we can afford. And you can either not buy it or you can buy it, and you're going to left click there if you want to buy it. When you buy something, it's really important that you check right here in your bought items. You have your expired, your bought, and your listed. And then the item will show up here. You just left click it and it'll go into your inventory. As you can see, I have a listed item, VIP pickaxe, part of my VIP kit for getting the VIP rank. And let's say I want to put this on the auction house. So what I can do is I can do AH sell and list a price. I'm going to go 1,000. And then it disappears from your inventory and it goes into the auction house. Eventually, somebody will buy it if they need it. A couple more shortcuts here. There's a shop. And I believe that is all. And let's say you found where you want to build. Build your house. What you're going to do is you're going to go over it wherever you want your spawn point to be when you die. Let's say I want it right here. And you're just going to do /set home. And I already have a home set, so when I do this, it's not going to let me set anymore. But what that'll do is I'll save your spot. So when you want to get back home after you've been exploring, or you go to someone's player warp, you just do /home. And so if you have multiple homes, you can set a name to it. Mine's going to be H. And this was my current one. My other one, /home S, is my storage room. So that's basically it. I'll be coming out with some more videos soon, and we'll kind of tour you around the server, meet some of my friends that I've met on here, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed.